And it's just astounding to me that here we are in the United States of America, and this is what we have to deal with. This is what
it's incredible.
The people that were here before us are living with.
From St. Bonaventure Mission and School in Thoreau, New Mexico, we're pleased to have Chris Halter and Thurman Jones, both from St. Bonaventure Mission and School. Welcome to New York, guys.
Yeah!
Hey! Thank you.
You know, being of course a New Mexico resident as well, I don't know, why would you want to come to New York? Do you get tired of peace and quiet and tranquility? Do you need this mess?
We actually love going back to New Mexico after we've been here for 3 or 4 days.
I could see that.
I can imagine. You know what? Nate was visiting St. Bonaventure not that long ago, and he came back. Dare I say, changed.
Yeah.
You had this new outlook on what's going on in our country, especially with the Navajo Nation and at St. Bonaventure. Tell me what your feelings were, Nate, what you saw and how you felt.
I got to say, Chris and Thurman, they rolled out the red carpet for me when I got there. Okay, so I was just expecting to go there and do a little quick tour and see what St. Bonaventure was all about. I show up to the school. And I'm like, okay, you know, we're walking through the school and we're seeing where the students sit and we're going through the gymnasium, and they made this huge banner greeting me and you, Elvis, to St. Bonaventure. And I'm like, well, where are all the students? And Chris looks at me and goes, well, we have a surprise for you. And they're waiting in the chapel and they want to sing you a song. And when I tell you, I was... You know, I'm not a very emotional guy. I was fighting back tears because all of these children had taken the time to learn a song, to sing to me. And I just, you know, I'm really kind of getting tongue-tied because they just took the time to do that for me. And we're such a big part of their day. So many of the families that are part of St. Bonaventure and a part of the Navajo Nation, they listen to us every day. I had so many people come up and say, oh, my God, can you give Gandhi a hug for me? Can you give Danielle a hug? Say I love her laugh. And we are such a part of their day and their life out there. It just dawned on me that we actually do something, you know, for people, right? Like what we do here in this little room matters to people. And they showed their appreciation to me. And
I love that.
You didn't give us hugs.
You
didn't pass on any Yeah, what the heck? No, it's too late.
Oh, here he goes, making it for lost time. Hey, so, Chris, I would love for you to explain to anyone and everyone who may not know what St. Bonaventure is all about and how important it is to the Navajo families who are in need. Talk about it. Talk about the story that's coming out of that area of New Mexico and that we all need to know about here in the United States.
So, St. Bonaventure is now celebrating 50 years in existence. And it is a Catholic organization, but we serve anybody and everybody. But the primary, outside of education, because education is so important to end poverty. If you can get people educated, they can move on and get out of poverty. But some of the interesting things that hold people back is the Navajo reservation is the size of West Virginia, and it has 25 grocery stores.
No, 14. About
14 grocery stores on the entire reservation, the size of the state of West Virginia. And so to go to a grocery store, it's 60 to 120 miles round trip just to get food. The other thing is 40% of the Navajo families have zero access to any type of running water. And one of the interesting things is that an average American household uses 125 to 150 gallons of water a day. The Navajo families that we serve have to live on 40 gallons of water a day. And the only way they get that water is we have water trucks that deliver water 5 days a week to over 250 families. And we also bring water on the railroad during times of, greater need. And so we have these giant 20,000 gallon tanker cars that come on the railroad, and we fill up our water trucks and take it out there.
is water not accessible there? Like, is there no water source there? Or what is the reasoning for not?
So there's no infrastructure,
Okay.
Or very limited infrastructure. Most of the roads are dirt roads, as Nate experienced.
So the second half of my day, I went with Darlene Arviso, who is nicknamed the Water Lady. She drives this water truck and goes to different, I guess you could call homes, which, there's no electricity to a lot of them.
Right.
Some didn't even have, doors, right? It's just the infrastructure is so lacking. And I think it was, a mile to the first house. Yeah. That we went, and it took us almost 15 minutes because the roads are so bad, it just takes that long to drive this truck over it. And it's just astounding to me that here we are in the United States of America, and this is what we have to deal with. This is what
it's incredible.
The people that were here before us are living with and living through.
Gandhi, you visited me in Santa Fe. And look, Santa Fe and Albuquerque, these of course have incredible infrastructure. But even there, you're reminded every day about how precious water is.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
in that part of the country,
for sure,
it's always on the edge of drought. Typically, anyway. That's why when you guys are walking around New York City, I was like, there's fountains everywhere.
Right.
we're just like blowing water in the air because it's fun.
And it's the same thing when you're at your house and like you let your water run and you walk away from the sink and then you come back and you didn't think about it. Like
you would never do that.
We don't do that, Danielle. That
I know, but I'm saying it happens sometimes. You need to think about those things.
Exactly. Well, so imagine a world where there is no water going to a sink. It's just not
it's crazy.
there.
Chris and Thurman were explaining to me that when people take a bath, they save the water so that then they can do their dishes with it.
Right?
Because they only have those 40 gallons a day, and it goes really fast.
Wow.
Well, so Thurman. I'm going to get into that. Well, this is why we're here, to help try to at least help out until there is, God help us, a way to fix this, what's going on. Thurman, what are you feeling? What is your thought of St. Bonaventure and everything that we're trying to get out there with the message?
No, I'm glad that it's there because without their existence, who's going to be able to, take up part? Not only do we do the water delivery, but we also do like food delivery. We do home repair and stuff like that. So if St. Bonaventure wasn't there, where would the people on the Eastern Navajo Reservation that we serve, where would they get like any type of funding for utilities or any type of help in any way that they need? And, just to put in perspective, we only serve the eastern part of the Navajo Reservation.
Oh, wow.
And, the reservation is so big, we can't serve everybody else. So like the need is great, and I'm glad St. Bonaventure is there.
Also, the food pantries. Talk about that. Here we have these grocery stores. Oh, they're so pretty with flashing lights and sales on peanut butter and this and that. The food pantry situation, which of course is funded by St. Bonaventure and managed, I guess, by St. Bonaventure Mission, correct? What's it like to go to the food pantry to get food for the week for your family? Like, what's waiting for you there?
So it's actually just like non-perishable food. So anything boxed up. Spaghetti, PB&J, cereal. We like to do something with dairy, and able to get them, like fresh food, like eggs, milk, cheese, or whatever they need. But it's just non-perishable foods for now.
And that's primarily because so many families don't have access to electricity, so they don't have refrigerators to keep things cold. And so, there are these challenges. It's not that we want to fill people up with carbohydrates, but, but that's what we have available, and they're happy to get it.
How many people are we talking about who are affected by all of the things we're talking about going on in the eastern part of the Navajo Reservation?
Well, I can't put a number on that. I can't say, but for our water delivery, since I've started, we've grown probably from maybe about 100 families to about 250 families that we serve, that we do deliver water to. And then monthly, the families that do come through our food pantry, I would say probably about between 250 to 300 we average, that would come through and get, our food boxes that we have available, if we have them available at the time too.
So Gandhi, your question, ask it again, because I think it's very important.
How do we fix this? How can we help?
Look, there's not an easy answer. Okay, to put in infrastructure, you're talking $1 trillion. And so that's never going to happen. I think that the best way is, people to go to our website, make donations of $5, $10, whatever you're able to do, which helps us operate and run these programs for these people that don't have any other way, as Thurman said, to get access to things. And I want to say, you got to think about water and think about hygiene and think about teenagers and how all of that affects their mental health. And so, 40 gallons of water helps people stay, with good hygiene. And we have washing machines to wash clothes for students. There are various things that we do to try to meet those needs. And suicide rates are really high on the Navajo reservation. And so we're also trying to address all of these mental health issues. So it is a daily challenge for all of us that are out there, but we love what we do. And, if you're ever on your way to the Grand Canyon, it's only about, 3 hours from us.
Yeah.
And so swing by through New Mexico and we'll show you around. We'll take you to everything that we're doing and really let you see the impact that your generosity can actually make.
Wow. And I'm sure the pandemic did not help at all. I mean, remember the governor closed down Gallup, the state whole towns of Gallup. Remember it was closed. Can you imagine having a town that you can't get in or out of? Like, what? But it's true. Now, imagine how that affected everyone out on the reservation. I mean, it must have been just devastating. And you're still paying the price for that, I'm sure.
Well, yes. And, the thing about the pandemic was, remember, what was the number one way to keep yourself safe outside of wearing a mask? Washing your hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how do you wash hands without water? And so we actually set up these hand washing stations in different parts of the reservation, and then we were able to get lots of donations of hand sanitizer. But, that was, and at one point, the Navajo Nation had more people dying from COVID than New York City, per population or per capita. But, I mean, that's how bad it was out there.
It was really bad. Gosh, thank God those days are in the rearview mirror, but still, like I said, being paid for. Look, it's so simple to go to stbonaventuremission.com. I'll spell it for you. It's, of course, Saint, S-A-I-N-T, and then Bonaventure's B-O-N-A-V-E-N-T-U-R-E mission.org. And we can put this up on our Instagram, right? Elvis Duran Show Instagram. Yep. On behalf of the Elvis Duran Morning Show, we'd like to make a contribution right now. But just because we're making this big fat-ass contribution doesn't mean you can't make one.
Right.
No,
Okay?
more.
We've been saying it. We know we have rich people listening out there.
We know. We got
Open your
billionaires
wallets.
listening.
Hey,
Come on.
hey, Elvis, thank you very much. But let me just say, it's actually Saint S-T. It's not spelled out, so it's S-T bonaventuremission.org.
I knew that. I planted that to make you say that.
Oh, who did you donate all that money to?
I know. Can you imagine? Yeah, Saint Bonaventure S-T B-O-N-A-V-E-N-T-U-R-E mission.org. All right, let's make a contribution of $10,000 right now to Saint Bonaventure.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
But I'm saying right now, don't say, well, Elvis made a donation, so why should we? Well,
No,
you
I'm
heard
gonna go
why.
do it right now.
Look, you know what? The United States is so well known for sending money around the world to help people around the world. Let's talk about taking care of people who are Americans,
Amen.
Native Americans,
absolutely.
people who are living right here, and right in the side yard, right? I think that's a very important thing to remember. We're talking the need of water, something we take for granted beyond measure. Talking about food, education, hygiene, mental health. All those things fall into place with what you can do to help out now with stbonaventuremission.org. Do it immediately. Yeah, Nate, what do you want to
And
say?
I can attest the smiles that people would have on their faces when they would be exiting their house. Darlene's delivering the water. They leave their house. They meet the truck on the road because they cannot wait to see this woman that's bringing them food and water. It's just, they are doing such great work out there, and I really hope everybody takes the time to make a $5, $10 donation to further this work, because I've been there, and the smiles that these people have, the energy that is at that school, and from what you tell me, they go there and that's home for them, because sometimes their home life isn't so great. Right. And you guys are doing such great work, and thank you so much for doing it. It's just amazing. You guys are angels out there.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
We appreciate being here.
Well, Chris Thurman. Carmen over there. Carmen, thank you. Thanks for coming to see us.
Thank you.
Enjoy New York City. Again, we will post this on our Elvis Duran Show Instagram account. Go check it out. It is stbonaventuremission.org. And Chris and Thurman, God bless you. Thanks for coming to see us. Enjoy your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.